Get the mic up. Hello, hello, hello. Check, check, check. All right. Let me get the screen back up. How's everybody doing? Happy Saturday. Hope you all heard that. Hope that sounded okay. Not sure if this is all coming through. I was just wrestling with some settings before I got going, and look at that. Holy shit! Man, that inspires the out of me. Love this thing. Had to start off with some Zeppelin-esque. I'll probably get demonetized, but I don't care. Totally inspired to play some Zeppelin on the Tele. All right, let me get going. Let me get started here. Welcome all you fine folks, and thanks for joining me on the Saturday night. Totally unannounced. Well, unless you're in my other secrets YouTube channel, then you know all about tonight because I've been talking about it. I actually advertise this on my Facebook as well because I really wanted to go live tonight because I wanted to talk about this thing, and I love this thing. All right. Let me just welcome everybody. We got Thunder Falcon. Hey, man. Nice to see you. DT is in the house. Paul Lou. There's my buddy, Fender Guru. I had the honor and the privilege of being on Fender's show a week ago tonight, man. Thank you so much for that, Fender. I don't take it lightly, my friend. Being invited on your show, I do not. Hand 36 Solo is here. RJ the Mad One, welcome. Andy Dion. Tele is his favorite kind of night. Oh, awesome. Zach Thong is here. Dwight Bailey. Brad Miller. Michael Lepenzi. Nice to see you, man. Chuck Stewart. Get a gig in 48 minutes. I wish I could get a gig in 48 minutes, man. I've been gigless since March 15th. Actually, I'm supposed to be playing a gig tonight, so this is the closest I can get, man. I think at this point, I think we've lost about 15 to 16 shows. But anyway, that's a whole other thing. It's going down here. Making sure I caught everybody. Stop for a hello and a little jamming. Very nice. Thank you, Chuck Stewart. New name to the channel. Hey, man, if you like what you see, like and subscribe. Much appreciated. That would be very cool. Danny, New Jersey. Hey, man. Just what you were waiting for? Thanks, man. You know what? I really appreciate that, man. You have no idea how much I appreciate you guys all popping in here. Hurricane Moon is with us. Awesome. There's Rick Hefner. Sweet. All right. Have a good evening, Chuck Stewart. There's Cushman. Welcome. Hurricane Moon, how are you? Nice soulful playing, sir. Pagey would have nodded to. Oh, wow. That would be a feather in my cap, that's for sure, man. That'd be very cool. There's the first jump of the night. All right, apologize, folks. I hit a couple of bum notes there. Hope you didn't catch that. I was lapsing into a Dorian a couple times. Anyways, been drinking all afternoon, so you got to cut me some slack. RJ the Mad One, cannot believe you made your Gibson cry over there. I mean, that Gibson right there, I don't think it's too upset. It gets love. But since I got this is getting, I gotta admit, this has been getting all the love. But I've only got it yesterday, so. There's a slight echo. Okay. Hopefully that wiped that echo out. Okay. Thanks for letting me know, Hurricane Moon. Gussie Wells, hey man, how are you? Nice to see you. Just making sure I caught everybody. There's Thrash. Hey Thrash, Rick Danner is with us. No slack, just keep on drinking. No man, I was drinking all afternoon. You're probably getting the echoes off the. This is probably picking up the what do you call it? The speakers. So yeah, both types, they are sure different animals. Yeah, Hey, Brian, how are you, man? Six String Brian is with us. Welcome. Hey, there's Grumpy Mike. How you doing, man? Nice to see you. So, it's funny, like, so, well, let me start with this. So this is a 2019. Yeah, I guess 2019, because they stopped making these. This is a Fender Telecaster Professional. Here, I'll put it up close so you can get a good look at it. Okay. So there you go. And I literally just picked this up on, let me get that camera going. There we go. I literally just picked this up yesterday. A little bit of a mix-up in terms of picking it up and all that. I had to. They came in actually. This came in on Monday, and I was gonna wait. And then I called them Monday because I was busy working. I said, look, I can't pick this up till Wednesday. I said, while it's there, give me a setup and all that. And they're like, yeah. And I said, I'll be able to pick it up Wednesday. Oh yeah, it'll be ready. Well, Wednesday went by, Thursday went by. Yesterday I got a little PO'd and called them up, and I'm like, oh, have you bought that yet? I'll go, no, I'm still waiting. Oh, well, this should have been first in the line. Anyway, long story short, I was able to do what I've fortunately been lucky to do with that particular store. And what I had, the tech called me, and I told him what I wanted, and he literally, he did it. And then I felt bad for the guy because I played it. I'm like, no, the action, I'm still not happy with it. He tweaked it. He gives it back to me. Tweaked it again. Anyways, I left the store, and the action is kind of where I want it to be. But it's kind of hard to, like, determine exactly what you want on the spot. So it turns out I probably did want the action just a little bit lower. But, anyways, I played it like crazy yesterday. I played this for like 4 hours yesterday. And I just picked it up just early enough to get sort of hopefully this all working. And yeah, man, it just it's it's not like this is like, okay, let me it's not like a Telecaster is a brand new thing for me. I had a Telecaster for years, right? And like an idiot, I sold it and then I bought another one. So that just goes to show you how much a Telecaster, at least for me, is sort of one of those guitars that you kind of have to own. I don't want to get into the habit of selling and rebuying stuff. This is, I gotta say, since I've been playing seriously, like over 30 years, this is the first time I've ever sold and then bought a guitar, like the same one. I don't want to do that a lot because it's kind of dumb, right? But I'm playing it, I'm enjoying it. I have 30 days to decide whether or not I'm going to keep it, and then if I decide to keep it, then something that's behind me here is going to have to go, because this puts me at 11 guitars. And if you've been watching my channel and you know my channel, I kind of have a 10 guitar ceiling, because I think, and I'm just speaking for myself, but after you go beyond 10 guitars, it just starts to get silly. So, especially since I'm not like Slash, I'm just a guitar hack, So for a guy that plays bars who isn't playing now, and probably, I don't know when the hell I'll ever play a bar again, for me to have 10 guitars, or more than 10 guitars, is just dumb. So, your voice could go up 1 or 2 clicks. Okay, thank you so much for letting me know that. All right, that should be louder now. Yeah, guys, give me the feedback, man, because I'm flying blind here, All right. All right, let me get caught up. A few more people popped in here. Folks, you got questions or things you definitely want me to see, just tag me, and I'll be able to, lights up in orange, and I can see it right away. Thanks, Gussie. Appreciate that. It's like a room echo. Okay, let me just... All right. Okay, that should be rid of the echo at this point. Cushman, thank you so much. Okay, just going down. Good luck getting a gig in the near future. All you'll get is more lockdowns. Yeah, so there was actually a little bit of talk. I was asked if I wanted to participate in a outdoor festival thing. I said, yeah, because I'm just dying to play. And it's a funny thing is, I was asked to do it, and then at the same time, I'm thinking like, do I remember how to do this? Because I mean, it's like, I don't know if I know how to gig anymore. It's been so long, but yeah, Rick, I don't know if that's gonna happen. It's supposed to happen. I haven't heard since, and it's supposed to happen Labor Day weekend, which is like what, 2 weeks away. So I got a feeling if I haven't heard since, I got a feeling even that gig kind of fell through. But anyways. Yeah. All right. Just going down here. Hey, Fezler61, how are you? Nice to see you. It's for you, Tele people. Okay, so Rick's asking people to check out his G Blues. There you go. So if you want to hear some more blues, you can always check out Rick's channel. Okay. James Severin, hey man, how are you? Nice to see you. Hurricane Moon, it's gorgeous. I got the crappy Squire version. No, you didn't. Hurricane Moon, I played the, what you're calling the crappy Squire. I played the classic vibe. I thought it was pretty damn good. I mean, I'm not going to lie and say it sounded as good as the professional. But I gave it a go, and you know what? I mean, I would just swap the pickups, as far as I'm concerned, you swap the pickups and you have something equal to this, you know. The one I played was well built. It felt good. You know, it just, the pickups were lacking. And I mean, you know, it's a Squire, right? They got to cut corners somewhere, so they did it in the electronics, which is, you know, very common. But as far as the guitar, the way it looked, the way it felt, the way it played, I thought it was great, man. So, you know. Just going down here. Merrill J is with us. Hey, man, there's Jimmy Biter. How are you? Good to see you guys. Gigging is like riding a bike on fire blindfold. Yeah, kind of. You know, it's funny, man. Like, I mean, I never get nervous with gigs normally. Oh, thank you so much, Grumpy Mike. Appreciate that, buddy. I never get super thanks so much. I just read that. Thanks, buddy. I'm not the type of person to get nervous for a gig. Honestly, I'm not. And but you know, I was talking to the other guy in the band, and it's like, you know, if we get that gig, like, he goes, yeah, man, it's not just you. I'm nervous too. It's like, because we haven't done it in so long. Like, we were so used to every weekend just going out and playing a gig. I mean, we were so used to that. It was ingrained, you know? And then all of a sudden, it's like, man, I haven't gigged since March of this year. It's like, do I still know how to do this? You know? I don't know, it's crazy, man. Can you add some slapback and chicken pick? Fezler, I cannot chicken pick. Fezler61 and Wacom, I can't chicken pick to save my life, man. I wouldn't even want to embarrass myself attempting to chicken pick, you know. So that's the thing. I mean, I've got a Telecaster, but I don't really play. I mean, if you want to call Led Zeppelin Telecaster music, that's about the closest I get. But I can't really. I can't chicken pick. I can't do it. Hurricane Moon, I'm only kidding, sir. Watch my play of Magic Hat Blues when you're free. Mine purrs oddly okay, Hurricane Moon. Yeah, I'm Hurricane. Yeah, I gotta check out some of your stuff. I know I said I was gonna do it earlier, but I will get to that. Half Ace, hey man, welcome. Mitch Heyman, how are you, man? Half Ace, love the classic vibes, Squires, rock. Yeah, the classic vibes are cool, man. Gussie Wells says, I swapped the pups on my classic vibe, half decent, low money. There you go, man. There you go. Got a good guitar, man. Swap the pick. You know, and I'm not going to get into a whole Tonewood thing, but like most of your sound is these two things right here. So that one and that one. So I mean, if you swap these out, if you're not happy with what you're hearing, you swap those out, you will be happy with what you're hearing. So, you know, for whatever the cost is of doing that, or if you can do it yourself, even better, you know. Okay, hang on here a second here. Okay, cool. All right, look up Travis picking, start there. Yeah. I used to do a little bit of that, but it's been like forever that I haven't. And it's like anything else. If you don't use it, you lose it. And I've definitely lost that. I have Made in Mexico with some work done on it. There you go, Cushman. Hey, there's Braxol. How are you, man? Did I get a custom shop? No, man. No, this is a Fender Professional. And apparently, there's like, since I bought this one, I think there's maybe 4 in all of Canada left. Butterscotch. So, I showed this to you before. Let me show it to you again. I don't know if you can see the grain. Okay, so what's new? Okay, see the grain. So what's new about the Fender Professionals is you can see the grain through the wood, right? A lot of the like the reissues and stuff, you can't really see the grain. So the other ones that I'd seen, the grain looked like I've been drinking all afternoon. It looked like the tree had been drinking all its life because the grain was all wonky and wacky. And I was lucky to find one. If you saw the grain, it was kind of like linear, like, you know, it was a nice pattern to it. Everything was kind of straight, which is what I liked. So I was able to get one. But yeah, these are discontinued. The Professional series is discontinued. They are still around in Canada, but as far as the Butterscotch, I think there's 4 left, and I got one of the last, at least good ones in terms of grain. But yeah, man, these are like a hot commodity now, and you know, if Fender discontinues the line of guitars, that means they're going to come out with something that's going to be the same and cost you more money. So if you're kind of in the market for a good Fender, a good, you know, like a really good Fender, good pickups and the whole ball of wax, you might want to try and grab one of these. The custom Tele, the only custom guitars that I would buy is that one right there. If I was going to get a custom guitar, it was going to be the Les Paul. It was the RO. Like, you know, that, like, if I was going to go that far and go custom, that I would only do it with the Les Paul, because that is, I mean, as much as I love this, that is like my home base. That's like, you know, that's in my veins, right? You know, I'm a Les Paul guy, and so I would only do that for a Les Paul. I wouldn't do that for any other guitar, just because, again, that's, you know, my my main guitar. Okay, go down. Travis picking. I appreciate that, Cushman. Thank you so much. Yeah, so I got a month with this thing before I decide what I need to do with it, whether I need to keep it or to let it go. See how many folks we got here so far. I don't know if this is even working properly. 39, not bad. Welcome, everybody. Thank you so much. So I got a couple of things kind of lined up here. I wanted to start with the Zeppelin thing. Actually, another thing I wanted to do tonight, and I am going to, I'm actually going to put out a video at some point, depending on how things go, where I want to A/B this with that. Okay? But hey, Quentin, how are you, buddy? But the way I'm going to do it is kind of like sneaky. So what I want to do is I want to I'm gonna grab some backing tracks, okay, and I'm gonna play this, okay, in a mix, and then I'm gonna play that in a mix, but I'm not gonna tell you which is which, okay. Now, if I play them individually, you'll know you'll be able to hear which is the Tele and which is the Les Paul. But I don't think in a mix it'll be that easy. Okay. And I've always been told, and I believe this to be true, that the best sounding of those tend to sound like these. So the idea is to play them both in a mix. Just a fun video. Nothing to get crazy or serious about, but just a fun video. It's like, all right, here's a track. I'm gonna play this, and I'm not gonna tell you which one is which, and I'm gonna have you guess. And the reason why I wanted to do that video, or why I want to do that video, is, right back to like one of my favorite bands of all time, which is of course Led Zeppelin. First record, it's like that's a Tele. Yeah, he played a Tele on the first record. He did not play a Les Paul. He did play Les Paul later on, but on the first record he didn't. So, can you tell the difference between the two? Now, one thing I noticed is, since I got this, I've been playing a lot of Zeppelin riffs from the first record, and I've played them on that guitar. And when you play them on this one, they kind of sound a little bit more like, closer to the record. So let me, just sort of as a preview of the video, I'm going to play some riffs. I'll play a couple riffs. I'll do good times, bad times, and maybe communication breakdown. I'll play them on this, and then I'll play them on that. All right, just this is sort of the idea I'm going to do with the video, but I'll do it in a mix. I'll be playing leads on a mix. But let me know what you guys think. Which one sounds closer to what you've heard on the record? But before I do that, let me say hello to a few more people. Electra Omega's in here. Welcome. Cool. Bobby Lopes, how are you, man? Thank you, Bobby. Appreciate that. Okay, so let me do that real quick. Okay, so let me, so there's no echo. All right, let me do this. Okay, I'm going to play a couple of riffs on this, and then I'll play the same riffs on that, and you tell me which one sounds more like the first record of Led Zeppelin. Okay, I'm going to turn the mic off here for a second. right, which one sounded more like the record? Oh, thanks, Mitch. Video looks better. Cool, man. Appreciate that. Tele cuts through the mix better. Les Paul tone like Tele for yeah, and yeah, exactly. All right, getting caught up. Okay. Open that. Now play. I don't know what that means, Papa Blue, but welcome, Papa Blue. Charlie Launder, there's a new name. Welcome to the channel. Les Paul, immediately more bite. Hey there, Sandra. How are you, Sandra? Nice to see you. Tele, obviously. Sorry, folks. The chat just keeps jumping on me like crazy, man. Tele does the crunchy tone. Les Paul doesn't do the right tones as Hurricane Moon. Cool. So the Tele sounds a little closer, right? Hanoi Bomb. Now you need an ovation breadwinner for the early kid. Yeah. Ovation breadwinner. Yeah, if you can find one. I don't think I've ever. No, wait a minute. I saw an ovation breadwinner. Hey, Fruitcake Tony, how are you, buddy? Good show today, Fruitcake and Sandra. Both of you guys had awesome shows today. I did come across an ovation bread maker in Nashville. Actually, it's where I got this shirt. This shirt comes from, this is when I was at NAMM last year, from the Wild Horses Bar where they had the Gibson event. But that's the only place I've seen one. I've never seen one locally. She's up with the Les Paul personally, but Let's Up. One is what got me into it all. That's right. Hack, you didn't listen to the song All Lips and Hips. Oh, by Electric. Yeah, I did. Papa Blue, I listened to both the songs that you mentioned, and I'm sorry to say I'm not a fan. Please don't be offended. I just didn't do it for me. Thank you, Sandra. You know, I don't know if I can do it here. See if I can. Sandra, if you don't mind, I just made you a moderator for my channel. Let me know if you're cool with that. I want to hear what you say. 42 people watching. Thank you all so much, everybody. Criticism makes us stronger. It's, you guys are talking about cheddar for some reason. Yeah, I'm cool. I can dig it. Okay, you are now a moderator. You are now a moderator on my channel, Sandra. Free money. Welcome to the channel. All right, let me put this down. Let me grab the Tele again. this cheddar? Guys are talking about cheddar. Yeah, so cheddar is a friend of mine who is no longer on YouTube. He actually is completely out of social media for his own reasons, and they're his reasons, and so as much as there is a lot of conspiracy theories, the reasons are his, and not really any of our business. So, but for those who are concerned about him, he is well. So, let's leave it at that. Yeah, he's doing okay, Michael. Yeah. Yeah, so I did a video that the other day asking if a Tele, can you rock out on a Tele? And obviously you can. I mean, these are rock and roll machines. I mean, Jimmy Page proved that on the first record. So, hey, there's Lawrence. How are you, man? Folks, if you are not familiar with Lawrence or Lawrence Petros Designs, Lawrence makes some amazing effects pedals, of which I have 2 on my board, which you will hear shortly. They are great, and he is relaunching one of them, which is the 74. Check out Lawrence Petros pedals. Check out his site. He makes some awesome stuff. And he says Tele's real. So there you go. Hey, Hunter Wren, how are you, man? I haven't seen you in a while. Guitar Man 45 is asking what model this is. This is the Last of a Dying Breed. This is the Fender Professional series, which is no longer. They have discontinued them. They're not around anymore. So if you find one, grab one. If you're in the market, because they're going to come out with another one. And historically, when Fender comes out with a newer model of something they already have, they generally... Chad Boston, welcome. Thank you so much. I hope you're well too, Chad. Welcome back, man. I haven't seen you in a while. Hope you're doing well. If they discontinue something, generally they will put it out, give it a different name, and generally charge a little more money for the same thing. I think JP switched to LPs because Teles were what? Oh, you think he switched because Jeff Beck was using them? Was using Teles. Is that what you're saying, Rick? Hey, George Lackey, how are you, man? There's Brad Miller. Welcome. Yeah, actually, I will be doing a track a little bit later. So, if you guys dug the tone that I was getting on the previous track, when I was doing that very Zeppelin-y type of blues, I was using a TL808 pedal, which is like it's a gentleman from Canada, actually, Tim Lewis, TL Pedals Canada. He makes some amazing stuff. I was using that. There's a track coming up that I will be playing using Lawrence's pedal because it's got a little more grunt to it, and overall, it's probably my favorite overdrive on my pedal. I have the original 74 pedal. That's what I'm talking about. One thing I always noticed about a Telecaster, and I mean, again, this is the second one. I had one previous to this, is unlike the bridge pickup on a Strat, and I mean, I love Strats. I'm not saying this because I don't like Strats. I actually own a Strat. the bridge pickup on the Strat is usable at times, but not always usable in every situation. Whereas what a bridge pickup on a Tele is super usable. I mean, you can play, and I've done it. I gigged with my Tele that I had previous to this. I gigged like a couple of years with the Telecaster that I had. I was playing Green Day on a Telecaster. I mean, you can do it. I mean, it's just that neck or that bridge pickup on the Tele is pretty usable. I mean, you can get some pretty meaty tones out of it. If you want proof of a guy playing heavy rock on a Tele, look no further than John 5. I mean, he's the guy that's been doing it. Okay, just getting caught up on the chat here. Yeah, if anyone's got any questions or comments that you want me to see right away, please tag me. I also have a little bit of channel news. So most of you that are in here are subs of mine. Hopefully you guys dug that interview I did with, if you haven't seen it, I had Jeff Young from Metallica, oh my God, he's going to shoot me for that. Jeff Young from Megadeth on the show this past Thursday. He was on the So Far So Good, So What Megadeth record, and he did a tour with them. But, that's sort of selling him short. He's done a shit ton of stuff after that. If you haven't seen that show, it's up on the channel. It was this past Thursday. I will be having Jeff back for a part 2 because we didn't even get to what he's doing today. And he's doing some crazy-ass shit today. I mean, he is an all-around musician. He's not just, I'm a metal guy. I mean, that's like this much of what he does. He plays a lot of world music, flamenco style, gypsy style, jazz. He does all kinds of stuff. And so I'm going to have him back. So if you haven't checked that out, have a look at that show. I'm pretty proud of that show. I think that was probably one of my best shows. I'd say at least my top 10. So go back and have a look at that one. So that's the one thing. This week on the Hack Show, I'm going to have another musician on, a drummer, a good friend of mine, and he is I would say, if not equal or more so of a Kiss nerd than I am. And we're going to be talking about, it's going to be an all Kiss show. We're going to talk about Kiss stories. He's got a shit ton. He's met them all. So we're going to talk, it's going to be all Kiss. So the Thursday show is going to be an all Kiss show with Mike. His name's Mike, and the guy's like, I've seen like maybe 20, 25 shows. He's probably seen 50 shows, and he's, both of us together have like, tons of history with that band, So we'll get into stories and we'll talk about, our experiences and so on. So it's going to be an all Kiss show. The week after that, I have another professional musician coming on in a couple of weeks. So that's what's coming up on the channel. Also, what's coming up on the channel, I mentioned I'm going to be doing some videos where I'm going to be A/B'ing these. The other thing is, some of you are really digging that series, that my 5 favorite licks. So I've done it with Kiss. That's actually my highest viewed. It's over 200 for me. That's a big number for just playing. My live streams always get more views than anything else. So, but anyway, that's done pretty well. I've done 4 so far. That's like number 1. Number 2s, I did Led Zeppelin. Basically, if you're not familiar with the series, I go through their entire catalogs. I pick out 5 favorite licks, and I tell you what they are, and I play all of them. So it's a lot of work for me to do because I got to learn how to play all these licks. So, but anyways, number 1 so far, most viewed, has been the Kiss one. Led Zeppelin's number 2. Number 3 is Black Sabbath, and then number 4 is Judas Priest. But the Black Sabbath one is it's getting some views. So and I asked if people wanted to see it and they want to see more. So there will be an episode 4. I already spent like 3 hours on it last night because they do take a lot of time because I literally go through their entire catalog and I list all the riffs that sort of kind of, like it resonate with me, like, oh man, that's a really cool riff, and then I list them all. And then the hard part is I try to shave it down to my 5 favorite. So I've done that with the next video. It's going to be AC/DC. Okay. So, how many records they've got out. So I went through it and I've narrowed down all their catalog to my 5 favorite riffs. I just have to shoot the video of me talking about them, and then I got to learn how to play the 5 favorite riffs. And if you've ever... AC/DC is one of those bands, they're deceptively difficult because you listen to the riffs and you're like, oh yeah, that's a piece of cake. But you try to play the riffs, and to play them accurately, there's all this little stuff that happens that, makes them great. Like, I could play them, just bang them out, and it kind of sound right. But I try to nail them when I play them, so there's going to be a little bit of time involved. But I've got it narrowed down to 5. So I just have to record the 5, and then I'm going to post that video, and that'll probably be up at some point this week. So keep an eye out for that. My 5 favorite AC/DC riffs. That's coming up. Be some surprises in there, just like there were for Black Sabbath. I put in some deep cuts. Because when you do the 5 favorite riffs, you don't want to talk about riffs that you've heard 1,000 times. I'm trying to put stuff in there that's, that you haven't heard 1,000 times, right? Oh yeah, Black Sabbath, it's going to be Warpaint, it's going to be Iron Man. Neither of those were in there. Neither was Paranoid. I go a little bit deeper than that. All right, let me get caught up in the chat. Rick Hefner says, I like Jeff Beck and Roy Buchanan when it comes to Tele and rock. Not a Keith guy. Keith was more of a rhythm guy. Gussie Wells. I got Vinum pickups to whine me a Blackguard Tele pickup. Oh, cool. Yeah, Mitch, I still have the Fender strings on here. Yes, I do. Yeah. All right, let me get caught up here on the chat, folks. I've been yakking for a while. Truth Guitar Method. Hey, man. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel. Brad Miller going to swap the neck pickup in my Tele and do the P-Rails so I can get some more tones. There you go. Okay, Gussie Wells. Gussie Wells, thank you, man. You enjoyed the show with Jeff Young. That was a great show, man. Jeff's got a lot of stories, man. He was telling me some stuff off air that just will make your hair curl. Holy shit. It's like when you talk to somebody who's been there, man, it's like it gives you a whole perspective on things, I tell you. I tell you, man, it's a whole different ball of wax there. All right, just going down, getting caught up. If I haven't said hello to you, please tag me in the chat and I will see your name right away. The guitar looks like candy, Rick. It is pretty, isn't it? Yeah, you know what, Brad? The AC/DC, yeah, so Brad brings up a point. AC/DC kiboshes all their, all their riffs. If you try to play an AC/DC, it gets kiboshed. So I don't know what to do about that. I really don't want to play the licks wrong so that they don't get kiboshed. But what I was thinking of doing, Brad, is I'll record a couple of them and then upload them and then just see if they get kiboshed, and then if they do, I know not to proceed. That's my plan with the AC/DC. So I'm going to do a couple of test ones and then see how it goes from there. Oh, thanks for throwing up the link, Sandra. Appreciate that. Yeah, folks, if you want to help support the channel, I got links below. I got t-shirts, I got mugs, I got hoodies, all that good stuff. There's a PayPal down there too, and my Instagram and my Facebook because I got an Instagram and I've got a Facebook page, and I got a what do you call it? I got a Facebook group. That's pretty cool. People are throwing stuff in there all the time. So LPD, yeah, you know what? It's funny you mentioned that LPD pedals, man. That was on my list. I won't tell you if it made the final 5, but I will tell you that Gone Shooting was on my list. It really was. There was a new name, Seraphim Andre. Welcome to the channel. Yeah, if you like what you see, consider subscribing. That would be much appreciated. Slap a capo on the 5th fret and then play them note for note. Yeah, maybe if they're in a... Or tune way up or tune way down. And it's most of the riffs that they do, by the way, are in standard tuning. So there's some... Like Highway to Hell, I don't know if you've ever... I'm not saying it's necessarily one of my 5, but... I play Highway to Hell in the cover band, and when I was trying to play the riff and play along with the record, because that's how I practice, if you listen to Highway to Hell, it's not at 440, and it's not an E flat, it's somewhere in between, just to kind of make it difficult for playing along with the record, you know. You sub, thank you so much. So, yes. Thank you so much, Seraphim. Yes, I am like, last time I checked, I'm 5 away from 1,400 subs. So if I hit 1,400 subs tonight, that would be an absolute bonus. All right, it's enough of me yakking. Let's try another tune here. Okay, so I'm gonna turn off the mic here. Truth Guitar Method, welcome. If I haven't said hello, I'm gonna turn the mic off here, and I'm gonna pull up another track. Patrick Hale, there's a new name of the channel. Welcome. Jim Root, yes, Jim Root plays Tele. Yes, he does. All right, let me make some obnoxious noise here. I'm going to turn the mic off and play another track for you. That's enough of that. That was pretty bad. Apologize, folks. Apologize for that. Not too inspired, unfortunately. I thought that was a better track when I started it, and then I started playing it. It's like, yeah, it's kind of sucks. Anyways, that's why I'm the hack. All right, let me. Everything that has been. Oh, you're a huge AC/DC fan. Oh, cool, Lawrence. Awesome, man. Star Trek is on. You got your priorities, Quentin. Good on you, brother. Love the way the pickups sound. Yeah, they sound pretty cool. Hey, Charlie S., how are you, man? All right, have a great night, Lawrence. Folks, again, man, Lawrence Petros makes awesome pedals. Check out his site. He makes some really cool stuff, man. I've got 2 of them, so. That tune is just called Dirty Blues Guitar Backing Track, Mitch. Thanks for that, Sandra. Danny Alexander, how are you, man? Nice to see you. New act sounds great. Thank you, George. Yeah, I apologize for that last playing. Yeah, not very good. Kind of feel bad now. This is live, folks. No rehearsal. So anybody have any other questions about the Tele? Let me just play this without any backing track here, just to give you an idea what the tones sound like. I'm turning the mic off here for a second. A little bit out of tune here. Let me tune up real quick. These strings are new. All right, here we go. There you go. You put the cup on there. Yeah, I did, Mitch. So what's cool too is it comes with these little covers that, if you're familiar with the Telecaster, usually it's got like an ashtray that slides over top of this, just like from about here back. The new ones just come with this sort of mini one that just covers the back screws, and that's it. So I popped that on yesterday. I kind of like the way it looks, so I'm kind of going to leave that one on. Yeah. Were you practicing some AC/DC riffs in there? I think I heard some. Sounded good to me. No, I wasn't. No, Mitch. I wasn't. I've been practicing some of the AC/DC things for the video, but no, I haven't been practicing any. I don't really play. I don't really try to cop a lot of Malcolm's stuff or Angus's leads. If I steal from anybody, it's Ace Frehley. I pretty much steal everything Ace ever did. Yeah. Use them as they use them as ashtrays. That's kind of where it came from. Hurricane Moon. Yeah, they did literally use them for ashtrays. I don't know if that's coming through anywhere near as good as it sounds in here, but. But just great guitars. I mean, I can't say enough about a Telecaster. You know, if you could only own one guitar. No, Brian, this is I had one before. Thanks for being here, Brian. Appreciate it. If you could only, again, this is a very personal thing, obviously, right? So, but if someone said you can only own one guitar, it would be that one. If someone said to me, you can only own two guitars, then it would be that, and it would be a Strat. If someone said to me, you can only own three, it would be that, it would be a Strat, and then number three would be a toss-up between this and an SG. You know, and if you had to have four, then you could have that, an SG, this, and a Strat. Those are like the, for me, they're kind of like the, you know, the holy grail of guitars. You got to have all of them, you know. Yeah, there's just something about a Tele, just like there's something about a Strat. But between a Tele and a Strat, I take the Strat over the Tele, right? You know, but I already have a Strat. So, and again, I have too many guitars. That I know. Yeah. This is like my second Tele. I actually was dumb enough to sell a Tele and buy it. So that's how dumb I am. Gotta have a hollow body or semi to do George Thorogood. I have that. I have an ES339. That being said, I am anything but a George Thorogood fan. But I have that sound if I need it. But again, I mean, I don't really often use it. It's one of those guitars that's nice to have. It's real pretty. I've done videos with it where like I attempt to play jazz. And that's the guitar for that, but it gets very little use. It's I mean, next to that, it's probably the most expensive guitar that I own. So I don't even gig it because of that reason. This one I probably at some point will get. Next rehearsal, I'll probably be taking this guitar because, like I said, a lot of the stuff we play that I play on that, I can get away with on this. The same can't be said for a Stratocaster. I don't think you can play. Doesn't sound good with as good with dirt as this does. This sounds a little bit better. Did I get a new camera? BB Mate, I got a camera a while back. What you're looking at is the GoPro. I got a GoPro 7, so it's an old one. A while back. Does the picture look good? Probably what you're noticing more than anything is I finally got, again, you know, like any super chats or whatever that I get, you know, whatever I get from my YouTube channel, I basically reinvest in the YouTube channel. So, you know, when I got, you know, over a long period of time when I got enough and then I, you know, put in whatever was difference, and because it's like, oh, you need a better camera. So I went and I spent money on a GoPro. And then any monies that I get in, then I went and I bought an LED light. So you're probably noticing the lighting is a little better in the last few videos. That's because I got an LED light. So any, the super chats and anything I get, I can't pay my bills with them. Let's put it that way. But over months, when they accumulate enough, it's like, oh, okay, you know what'd be cool what'd be the next cool thing to have for the channel? So I got LED lights. So. But any improvements to the channel is all, as a result of you folks supporting the channel, watching and whatever, and views. I get my little, my ad money from YouTube, which is laughable, literally. I mean, I guess if you had 100,000 or 500,000, maybe it's, I don't know, maybe it's a whole, $10 or something. It's laughable. And this live stream will be demonetized, I guarantee it, because all of my live streams are automatically demonetized. So they keep the quarter. Anyway, I digress. Hey, Subtle Hills, how are you? Oh, wow, thanks, Thresh. I am not asking for it, but I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Thresh. Appreciate that, man. Yeah, Mike Lepenzi, it's something like that, yeah. Yeah, it's something like that. It's like 0.00003 cents of a view. And you know what? Here's another thing that I found out. You don't have to, if you're watching somebody's channel and you're like, oh, let me watch the ads so they get, they'll get their ad revenue. Wow, Brian from Oregon. Thank you so much, man. Wow. Brian from Oregon, that is like what, you just gave me a super chat that's like 2 months worth of my YouTube. Thank you so much. Appreciate that, man. But what I was saying was, now you made me lose my train of thought. Oh, if you're watching somebody's channel and they, and don't feel like you don't, if you watch the ad all the way through or you hit the skip ad, it doesn't matter. I learned that too. So, because, channels that I wanted to support all, I'll sit through the ad. It doesn't matter. They don't make any more or less revenue whether you sit through the ad or whether you hit skip. So just so you know, it makes no difference. So right now, the guitar you're hearing is just like, all I have on is reverb and a little bit of, I got my EP booster that's an always on pedal. Anyways, let me know if you guys have any questions. So kind of let you know what's going on with the channel. I got an all Kiss show coming up Thursday. I got my 5 favorite riffs. My AC/DC is coming out hopefully this week. If I'm not too tired, I may try and shoot it. And I'm going to do some test riffs, upload them, and see if I get kiboshed. And if they don't get kiboshed, then I know I can finish that show. Because I know they're one of the bands that gets hammered quite a bit, with getting blocked and stuff. So, but there's that. And then I'm going to do a little A/B between this and the Les Paul. And playing leads over a backing track, and so you guys can listen and see if you can decipher which guitar is which. I did that a while back. I don't know if you remember, but a while back I had a Harley Benton guitar. And I had a Harley Benton guitar, and what I did was I A/B'd a Harley Benton in a mix with the Les Paul, not that one. It was another Les Paul I had, and just to kind of prove like, the Harley Benton I had, I think in Canadian money was about $400. I A/B'd it with Blackie. Now Blackie is a guitar that I bought used, so I didn't pay anywhere near what Les Paul prices, but I paid more than $400 for it. But I A/B'd the two guitars, and you know what? I'm not gonna say that the Harley Benton sounded better, because it didn't. Okay, I'm being honest with you. The Les Paul sounded better, but then the question becomes, does it sound like, 5 times better? I mean, I love Gibsons and I love Fenders, but you know what? I mean, I've played some Squires and I've played some Eppies that are pretty damn good. So you got to start, you got to ask yourself, right? And that's sort of what I'm trying to do. Like I'm planting that seed, about maybe getting other guitars that aren't as expensive, and maybe with just a matter of a tweak or two, you get closer to, to what you want to hear. Jerry W., how are you, man? When are you going to get it? Never. Jerry W., I will never own an Explorer. Okay. Why? Because I'll never be able to gig an Explorer. And I just went through the whole thing. I had a Firebird, and it was so freaking big. As much as I loved it, it was too big. It just was not a practical guitar. It sounded phenomenal. It played phenomenal. But it was the size of a Buick, and it just, it just wasn't practical. And I ended up selling it. So if I get an Explorer, and I love Explorers, the only guitar I would probably never, ever own would be a Flying V. Because it's not my thing, and it's totally impractical. Now, that being said, an Explorer is not my thing either, but you can at least play it sitting down. But yeah, I would never get an Explorer for that reason, because I know if I had it, it would be temporary. But I love Explorers, man. Absolutely love them. Hey, Hugh, welcome. Thank you, man. Thank you so much. Hey, Laz, there's Laz. Yeah, yeah. Well, I hear you, Mitch. I'm at a point now, like, when I buy anything, I sell to buy. Like, that guitar cost me 3 guitars. I sold 3 guitars to pay that one. And this one, if I keep, I have to sell another one. So that's kind of where I'm at now. All right, Cushman, have a good rest of your evening, and have a great rest of your weekend, man. The guitar is how the big kids... yeah, well, Zach Thong, my Firebird, the case was so big that when I gigged with it, it wouldn't even fit in the trunk of my car. And I've got a, like a sedan, 4-door, I would have to put it in the back seat, and the case would literally go from door to door. That's how big that freaking thing was. In Toronto where I live, the rent is really high. I could have rented out that guitar, for like $1,200 a month here. No problem. That's how big the damn thing was. Harley Benton Epiphones and Squires are all pretty good. Yes, they are, Mike. Yeah, they're all good. They're all decent guitars, though. Watching 2 streams. Okay, cool. We got 39 in here. All right. I'm not going to take up too much more of your time. If no one has any requests, that's something, or questions they'd like to ask, or stuff they'd like to hear, I have one more. This is a little more of a mellow track I got queued up here that hopefully I won't blow this one. I'll make this one kind of musical in some respect. Okay, I don't see any. Patrick Hale, welcome. There's a new name. Welcome to the channel. What am I playing through? So I am playing, coming out of this, I'm going into my pedal board. I've got, right now all I have on is a reverb and an EP booster. I'm going into a Hughes & Kettner Tubemeister 36 watt head, and I've got the red box out, which is an XLR out that's going into, you can't see it, but right here I'm pointing to a mixer. That's what I'm playing through. It's, actually that brings... I was experimenting with trying to use something other than the Hughes and Kettner head for a line out. So I had my, you can see it there, my Marshall Origin. I was using that and playing with that as a DI out. The video that I did, the Beano Blues, if you haven't seen that, that actually has gotten quite a few views. I'm over 200 on that. For me, for a playing video, that's a lot for me. And I did the Beano Blues on that, and I used the Marshall, and it sounded really good. But the thing is, I to do a live stream, I wasn't getting, like, my levels were too low to do a live stream. So I ended up kiboshing that. So that's why it's back over there. And then I have a Marshall DSL CR there, combo that also has a line out, which is basically useless, as I discovered. It's unusable. So I'm back to using my Hughes and Kettner. It has the best line out as far as level, and for recording and doing stuff like this, it just seems to work the best. Oh, Patrick, you've got the 18? Cool, man. You know what? Hughes and Kettners are great. I mean, they're pricey, but buy them used. I got that one used, and it was great. Got a great deal. Actually, I bought the head and the cab for less than the price of the head new by itself, so I did really well with that. Do I know any Max Webster? This is going to be sad, Grumpy Mike, but this is the only riff I remember. That's pretty sad. I used to know how to play Brown, oh God, what's it called? Borrowed Shoes. I used to know how to play that whole song, Grumpy Mike. Even the crazy ass solo. High Class and Borrowed Shoes, that's a song. I used to be able to play that whole thing, and I can't remember it. It's been like, I played that in my 20s, and I can't remember any of it. But that's the only riff I remember is his Hangover. That's it. Yeah, blackjack guitar. No, he knows that riff. Yeah. For those of you that don't know, Max Webster was like, no, I did not have a rib by Braxo. For those of you that don't know, Max Webster is like a prog rock band that was probably bigger in Canada than anywhere else. But they were, look them up, man. If you're into Rush, another Canadian prog rock band, check out Max Webster. Absolutely fantastic band. And if you don't know what to look for the greatest hits. I don't know Lager and Ale Blackjack. I don't know that one. The only other riff I know, and it's not a Max Webster riff. It's a Kim Mitchell riff. Something like that. That's all I know. I like my Tubemeister 36 head a lot as well. I find the XLR out works good into my mixer, but I find the signal too hot when going into my interface. I don't know. I mean, I've got my volume on the amp really low, so I was hoping for Toronto Tonto's Grumpy Mike. I don't know that song. I don't know how to play it. That's a great tune, man. That's a great tune. Yeah, I've got the volume on the app super low, so I don't know. I haven't tried cranking it. I imagine if I cranked it, it would be pretty hot, yeah. Here we are, here we are. Yeah, Blackjack. Check this out. That's all I know. All right, I'm going to attempt to play something musical here. And I got one more track here. This is kind of a little soulful, chill kind of track. Soulful mood. I'm sort of in one of those moods. I'm not really in a rockin' mood too much tonight. But we'll try this out. We'll see how this goes. I don't want to put anybody else to sleep, but it's the kind of stuff I like to play around with. You know, mellow stuff like that. Anyways, hopefully you guys dug that a little bit. It's trying to be a little musical there. Where do I get the tracks? So Braxel, what I do is I'll go on YouTube and I'll just like look up, whatever mood I'm in is what I type in. So like, if I'm looking for melodic blues or like a jazz blues or, like a chill or if there's a band you have in mind, like if you want to play like a Santana type track or if you want to do a, AC/DC type track, just type it in and something will come up. And then I just, I just pick something that it's got something that I think I can relate to. And stuff like that I like playing with that particular. I'm not a fast player. I can't really play fast very well. So I'd rather play stuff that's slow and I kind of have to, gives me a little bit of time for my brain to think of what I'm going to play before I play it. And stuff like that kind of suits me, That's, and I tend to be more of the melodic as opposed to like, I can't shred. So that's not my thing. We got to play to our strengths. I know what my strengths are, and my strength is I can't play heavy metal, and I can't shred, and I'm not a hard rock guy. I can play quick blues and stuff, but, I'm not really that good at that. So I would rather just play stuff that's sort of my speed and that I can really dig in, All right, Black Check Guitar Nut. I just saw that. Have a great night, man. Yeah, I'm going to be closing this off, too, pretty soon. Patrick, oh, you got yours used too. Oh, cool, man. That's awesome. Just going down here. Yeah, so to answer your question, Braxel, that's where I get my tracks. SD Design, welcome. I know most of you just want to, let's play that heavy rock stuff. I can rock out, but it's just not really what I'm in the headspace for right now. So, all right, Laz, have a great evening, man. Yeah, Gus, this is more my wheelhouse. I'm kind of more of a melodic. Try to play kind of more fleshed out stuff, ideas. Yeah, that's sort of more my speed. You've only seen Gilmore and Lifeson play Telecaster on one song. Watch any SD Design, watch any, if you can, it's out there, watch any YouTube of Led Zeppelin on their first record, or watch anything with John 5 and you'll see lots of Telecasters coming out. New World Man. Hey, Guitar Bazaar, Glenn, how are you, buddy? Nice to see you, man. Yeah, the butterscotch is cool. All right, folks, I'm running out of gas here. Thank you all so much for coming out and hanging out. Thank you so much for the super chats. You guys absolutely rock. DT, I jumped a lot of that same kind of, yeah, it's cool, man. It's like, okay, oh, just chilling. Guitars are cool. Yeah, it's just, it's nice, just mellow. It's just nice mellow stuff to just kind of, it really, I find when you're playing slow like that, you sort of develop, it helps you develop ideas, like musical ideas, as opposed to just playing as fast as humanly possible, which for me is not something I'm good at. Chris Cornell used a Telecaster, pretty nice. Oh, cool. Yeah, so I've been on here for almost a couple hours. If anyone's got any questions or last comments or last requests, so again, just to wrap up here, Thursday night, I got an All Kiss show coming. with my good friend Mike. Keep an eye out for an AC/DC, my 5 favorite riffs. That should be coming out at some point in the next week or so. And then an AB between this and this. And you guess which guitar I'm playing in the mix. Is it a Tele or is it that? Somebody mentioned, so I have to do it. Somebody mentioned a Rush. This is not New World Man, but oops. Try that again. All right. Hey Spencer, how are you? Where can I find that backing track? It is called I got rid of it. It's called I don't know, like a chill backing track. Just type in like I don't know, like do a search on YouTube just for like a chill, relaxing, mellow backing track, and a whole ton of them will pop up. That's generally what I do. Hey Vanzini, just popping in. Yeah, this is the new one. Yeah, it's I'm really enjoying it. This is the new guitar. So yeah, so folks, thanks for tuning in. Appreciate all your support. You guys have no idea how much I appreciate you guys watching my stuff, watching my weekly shows, watching these live streams. You know, you guys keep me going. So really appreciate that. Really appreciate all the positive support. I don't want to get into it too much, but there's a lot of negativity, you know, on happening out there, as you all know, and you know, in the YouTube world and all that kind of stuff. But you know, I prefer to keep my channel a happy place and keep it all positive vibes. As we all know, there's enough crap outside. Let's keep that outside and let's not bring that in here. That's sort of my whole mantra. You know, this is our escape from the bullshit, not to bring in more bullshit. So. That's kind of my mantra. So if you want to help support the channel, links are below. Get a t-shirt, get a mug, get a hoodie, all that stuff. Links are below. There's a PayPal there too. There's also an Instagram. There's a Facebook. So if you guys want to help support the channel, and join my Facebook group especially, because that's really cool. There's a lot of people throwing stuff up there. That's also very cool. Yeah. If you're not a subscriber, you'd like to subscribe, that would be appreciated. Robert Clark, how are you, man? That'd be much appreciated. Yeah, and hit the like if you didn't mind, if I didn't annoy you too much with my playing. I know I'm not the best player. I don't profess to be. That's why the channel is called Guitar Hack. But we're all hacks trying to be better. And you know what? I'm a hack, and I'm okay. I got no problems with that. It says so on the back of one of my shirts. All right. 6-string Stanger, welcome. All right. So with that, folks, you have yourselves a fantastic rest of your weekend. Appreciate you all being here. You guys absolutely rock. And if I don't see you sooner, I'll see you on the Thursday night show, 8 o'clock. Check it out. Cheers.